Hello everyone, I'm back, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Today I have 3 video clips with deeply disturbing and unexpected backstories. First, I'll tell the disturbing backstory, and then I'll show the clip associated. And be sure to watch this one all the way to the end because it gets progressively more scary as you go. Also, make sure you stay tuned for the special twist in the very last clip. And if you guys want to see another one of these, go ahead and smash the like button's mom. Let's aim for 300 likes for another one of these. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the video. A man named Timothy Treadwell was born on April 29, 1957. A lover of animals since he was a child, Treadwell decided to travel to Alaska to watch bears after a close friend convinced him to do so. He wrote that after his first encounter with a wild bear, he knew that he had found his calling in life. He then became a very famous bear enthusiast, environmentalist, documentary filmmaker, and founder of the bear protection organization Grizzly People. Timothy Treadwell is better known as his nickname, the Grizzly Man. He was the man who lived among grizzly bears in Katmai National Park, Alaska for 13 summers. Treadwell spent the early part of each season camping on a place that he liked to call the Big Green, an open area of bear grass in Hollow Bay on the Katmai coast. He also called the area the Grizzly Sanctuary. Treadwell was known for getting extremely close to the bears while he observed, sometimes even touching them and playing with their cubs. In his book, though, he claimed that he was always very careful with the bears and actually developed a sense of mutual trust and respect with the animals. He habitually named the bears that he encountered and consistently saw many of the same bears each summer, so he claimed that he had built a standing relationship with them. By 2001, Treadwell became sufficiently notable to receive extensive media attention both on television and in environmental circles. And he made frequent public appearances as an environmental activist. He traveled throughout the United States to educate school children about bears and appeared on the Discovery Channel, The Late Show with David Letterman, and Dateline NBC to discuss his experiences. He was a huge celebrity and was finally living his dream until something devastating happened. On October 3rd, he went out to do more of his bear research at the place that he liked to call the Grizzly Sanctuary in Katmai National Park. He had also brought his wife along for the trip. He had hired an air taxi pilot named Willie Fulton to come pick him up on October 6th after he was done with his research. However, when the pilot arrived at the campsite, he found it completely abandoned, except for one huge Kodiak bear lurking around the site. It was at this moment that he decided to contact the park rangers. The park rangers came and investigated the campsite, and this is where they found Timothy Treadwell's, along with his wife's, mangled remains. Treadwell's disfigured head, partial spine, and right forearm and hand, with his wristwatch still on, were recovered a short distance from the camp. The wife's partial remains were found next to the torn and collapsed tents, partially buried in a mound of twigs and dirt. A 28-year-old male Kodiak bear named the Machine was responsible for the 2 deaths, which was the same bear that the pilot had saw at the campsite. So the video clip that I have for you guys today is one of the last videos that the Grizzly Man would ever take. The bear shown in this video is not the same bear that ate him. And apparently the actual audio of the fatal attack is out there somewhere on the internet. However, I'm not going to show it today in this video because it is too graphic. So here are some of the final moments of the Grizzly Man before he was fatally attacked and eaten by a bear.
Hi, Cracker. The bear right next to me is Cracker. She's enjoying a fish right now. I love you, Cracker. I do love you. She's my friend. She's a good friend. It's the 112th day of the Grizzly Diary. It's almost October. I'm really worn out. Are you worn out? Is it time to den? It's time for me to go home probably, too. I love you. That's my friend.
Tristan Bailey was a 13-year-old teen who lived in Florida. She was a 7th grader at Patriot Oaks Academy in St. John's, Florida. She was just a normal teenager living her everyday life, going to school and spending most of her time with her friends and family. On May 8th, 2021, at around 11:45 p.m., her and her family had just gotten back from a celebratory dinner. Shortly after, at around midnight, she was seen entering her bedroom. However, this would be the last time that her family would see her alive. At around 1:45 a.m., security camera video evidence from a home in her neighborhood shows Tristan along with one of her classmates, 14-year-old Aiden Fucci, walking east on a road called Saddlestone Drive. Then at around 3:30 a.m., video from the same home shows her classmate Aiden heading in the opposite direction alone, carrying white Nike shoes, which were presumed to be Tristan's. Moments later, Aiden entered his home carrying the shoes. At around 10 a.m. the next morning, Tristan's family looked in her room and realized that she was no longer there. So Tristan's mom decided to call the police. She reported her missing, and her and a bunch of neighbors began to search the area. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement also ended up joining the search. And then at 6:06 p.m. the same day, a resident who was going on a run called 911 and reported a dead body in the woods east of the cul-de-sac on Saddlestone Drive. The body belonged to Tristan. She was found with 114 wounds. The footage that I'm about to show are the last moments of Tristan, moments before she was taken into the woods by her classmate and brutally murdered. And the eeriest part of this footage is that her murderer is seen walking alongside her. And it's not 100% proven that her murderer was her classmate because the trial is actually still ongoing to this day. However, there is substantial evidence against him, and it's pretty obvious that it was most likely him. So here is the footage of Tristan's last moments. In July of 2016, 4 kids caught something absolutely horrifying on camera and they didn't even know. The 4 boys were 15 years old at the time and they loved being outdoors and out in nature. These 4 boys all lived in the same neighborhood and they were best friends who hung out almost every single day. Growing up, they spent a lot of time at a specific neighborhood pond in the back of their neighborhood. At this pond, they would catch fish, turtles, frogs, and just explore the area around it. However, this specific day, they decided not to go to the pond, and they wanted to do something even more adventurous. They all had heard about this abandoned house deep in the woods that was only about 10 minutes away from where they lived, and they figured that this would be a perfect opportunity. So they hiked through the woods and eventually got to the abandoned house, and it looked extremely old and creepy. They walked around the exterior of their house and filmed it on their phones the whole time. And they were hoping to capture something creepy on camera. However, after investigating for a while and not catching anything, they decided to leave. It wasn't until later that night that one of the boys was sitting on their couch in their living room, going back through the footage on their phone, looking through the videos, when he realized something absolutely terrifying. When he saw what he caught on camera, he immediately got the most chills he had ever gotten in his whole life. Chills shot through his entire body, and his first reaction was to just throw his phone at the ground. He was in absolute shock at what he had caught on camera. And that boy was me. I was one of the boys who went to the abandoned house, and I was the one who took the video. The 3 other boys were my twin brother Alex and 2 of my best friends who live across the street. And here is the footage that I caught. We're still so shocked by this footage and we just can't explain it. And I swear on my whole entire life, cross my heart and hope to die, that I'm not lying about this footage. All of my videos that I make are 100% real, and I would not come on here and show you guys a clip that I know is fake. This is seriously one of the scariest and just most unexplainable moments of my entire life. But if you guys have an explanation for this, or you can try to rationalize this, go ahead and let me know in the comments, because I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this 100% true personal story of mine, along with the real footage. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, as I said earlier, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button's mom. But if you've already done that, you might as well go for a round 2. And if you guys want to get to know me more and you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.